All right, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being on here. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you can hear me well? Because I want to make sure everyone can hear me. I have some background noise. Okay, cool. So, I appreciate you guys being on here. I know it's late. I know we're all tired. I don't think anybody wants to do a power hour. We're probably all overwhelmed with everything we already have going on and all the lists we're getting ready to message people with. So a few tips that I wanted to share on what I've been doing. So we do have a new product coming next week, but I don't really want you guys to focus on that since it is after our month end. So really, I mean, have people, you know, in the background that want to know about the new product. And I'm just kind of sending out that message I gave you guys earlier that just says like, hey, something new's coming. Do you love beauty product? Blah, blah, blah. I have a lot of girls that love beauty products because obviously I like to do makeup online. So that's kind of why I'm using that, but it's not really I guess a focus right now. But if you have a little bit of time, you can like start creating a list for that. But really what we want to focus on is the BOGO. And I'm sure Melissa already went over some of this with you guys on Zoom this morning. I missed it for some reason. Couldn't even remember it was Monday. So the biggest thing is just message all your customers, tell them you have BOGOs. Anybody that's been on the fence about trying the products, this is a perfect time to follow up again and just say, hey, I don't know if you've seen, but we have BOGO deals, and you know, if you're interested in any of these products, and then tell them all of them. Right now would be the best time to try them or get started. So we were talking a little bit about earlier, we had a Zoom about our party that we're going to have Wednesday and getting that prepared, me, Mary, and Melissa. So we were talking a little bit about closing and some of the struggles that we might have with closing. So I figured tonight would be a really good night to kind of do a little bit of closing training. How do you close customers? What do you say when they're ignoring you? What do you say after they've ignored you 8 times? Things like that. Because I know that happens to all of us, and we're just like, okay, what do I do now? Do I give up or do I keep trying? And those are all really good questions. So I'm sure a lot of you have a lot of people in your messenger that you've been talking to. If there's any on the fence that you were kind of lost with, will you guys do me a favor and drop them in our group chat so we can try to go over those quickly while we're on Zoom, and I can try to give you guys responses. And you guys, honestly, for the most part, I say the same thing to everybody. So there's not one thing that you can say to one person that's going to work better. Like if for all things, it's almost always the same thing. So once you figure out something that works, just keep doing that. That's all you have to do. So I think some of the biggest problems we have, I think, is not getting a date from people. So if you're talking to people about a product or becoming a distributor, remember, if you don't have a date, if you just like end the conversation without a date, then basically when you go follow up, you're not going to know when to follow up, right? You're just going to be bugging them. That's what it feels like. Okay, I'm bugging them every week, or I'm bugging them every 2 weeks. But when you get a date, guess what? You're not bugging them. So honestly, you're doing them a favor by being like, hey, when is going to be a good time for you to get started? I know you were interested. Because then if they say the 21st of next month, you're not going to bug them, right? Because you're going to know. I don't follow up until the 21st. Of course, you interact with them, you talk to them, all of that kind of stuff. But really, you're not going to really ask them about joining because they told you the 21st of next month, right? Or they told you this is the day I get paid for whatever product they were interested in. So I hope you guys are all taking notes. Make sure that before you're leaving a conversation, you're getting a date, and don't be afraid to ask. I know some of us are kind of scared, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to scare them away and me ask for a date. It's like me being pushy. No, you guys, most days people want and rather tell you a date than you just leave them hanging. So what I say is, I want to hold your spot and get you the best deal. So would you mind giving me a date that I can follow up with you, or that I can check back with you to see if we can get you started? Most people will be like, sure, yeah, I get paid the 21st or the 15th or twice a month, whatever. They're going to be happy to tell you a date. I've never had anybody say, no, I don't want to give you a date. That makes me uncomfortable. No, they're going to be like, sure, I get paid the 21st or whatever. So then now you can go put them in your phone, or you can put them in your calendar to follow up that day. I love getting dates. That's my favorite thing, because before I used to not get dates either. And then it's like, oh, I'm not interested right now. Sorry, maybe next time. Then I'm like, oh my gosh, when is that next time? You know, they're just on my list forever. So ask for the date, you guys. And if you're scared, have your upline help you with the way to ask, but literally it's not hard. Just say, I'm holding a spot, or I want to hold your spot. When can you get started? When would be a good date? Another huge thing is you never, ever, 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 ever want to send your website. Okay. Never, ever. I know that we kind of think that we should, because anytime we're interested in something, we're just like, oh, what's the website? Let me look at it. And so we just automatically assume we should just send them a website. But that is the number one way that you lose a sale. Okay. By sending a website. Why? Because we're people. We get busy. We get other messages. And guess what? Your message with your website is just going to get lost somewhere. And then it's even harder to follow up, because then you're like, man, I already gave them my website. Now I am being pushy or buggy, right? You feel like that. So don't ever send your website unless they say they're not comfortable with you signing them up and they're ready right then and there. Okay. So when somebody's like, can I get your website? I say, sure. Are you ready to sign up right now? If they say no, then I say, okay, did you want the website just to check it out? Or would you mind telling me your goals so I can get you some specific products? And then from there, most of the time it is that they just need help finding the right products. So that's the only reason why they want your website. If they are ready right then and there, then that's different. That's perfect. Awesome. I'll walk you through it. And this is the next thing. Anytime somebody asks you for their website, don't just leave it on Messenger. Get their phone number and say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you're ready right now. If they say yes, they're ready. Can I get your number? Because it's easier to communicate through text. Now you have another way to make sure they're going to sign up, because it's easy for them just to let it go on Messenger. And then if you have their number and you can text them, then if something gets off track while you're texting, go to order, go to this link, whatever, or if you send them the shopping link, then it's easy to follow in the morning or later that night and just say, hey, were you able to finish it up? I didn't get an email, or I just want to make sure that everything went okay. It makes it simpler. So that is like one of the biggest things. If you guys can remember this, do not give your website. And I know what happens when we're new and we want to message everybody our website, but that's the easiest way to get people more so annoyed and them just see you as you're trying to be spammy and just send a website. So sorry, my kids are yelling in the background. I sent them to their room, but obviously it doesn't help. So save the website for when they're ready. If they say, no, I'm not ready, I just wanted your website, then that's when you ask them what their goals are so you can get them the specific products. But if they say they're ready, like I said, just walk them through it. And tell them, say, I would love to give you my website, but I just want to make sure you don't get lost. That way they don't feel like, you're just like not wanting to give the website. Just say, I know how it is. You get lost on these websites. I want to make sure that I can direct you towards the right products. I can actually send you a link with the products that are going to be best for you. And like I said, if they say, well, they're not going to be ready till the 15th, then great. The 15th, I'll message you with my website and the instructions on how to get signed up. Let's see, I had a few other notes. Another thing is, how many spots do you have left? Anytime you're talking to someone, you want to make sure you're giving them spots that you have left. Yes, we know that anybody can sign up at any time, but it's just the human brain. How it works is, if we tell somebody they can just come and sign up next year whenever they feel like that, that's what they're going to do. But if we tell someone, hey, I have 5 spots left for the hair, skin, and nails. Are you still interested? Are you interested? If somebody messages me about coffee and they're like, hey girl, I see your keto coffee. How much is it? I'm like, it's $39 and it does this, this, and this, right? Are you interested in it? And if they say that they are interested, and they say yes after that, I say, awesome, I have 4 spots. I can sign you up right now. And then I go from there. If they're like, well, I am interested, but I don't get paid till the 15th. There's your date. Then you say, awesome, I cannot wait to get you started on the 15th, and I will hold a spot for you. Anytime you talk to someone about spots or like a specific amount of time, so if you don't want to say spots, you can say, this deal is only till Saturday. This was I'd learned from Denise on the cruise. Every day we should have a new deal. If you're just telling people they can sign up whenever, that's what they're going to do, you guys. It's just how our brains work. If Macy said they have this deal on your favorite makeup for the whole year, guess what? You're going to go and show up the whole year. But if they say, we have this special on your favorite makeup only till Saturday, guess what? You're going to be there Saturday. So this is why we either give a date, an amount of time, or spots. Some people don't like saying spots. It feels like you're lying. But if you say a certain day, I have this deal till Saturday, you know what? People don't even know how we work this business, and it's just the way our brains work. So don't feel bad. Just take it as this is your business, and you have to do what you have to do to make sure you're generating those leads and talking to people and having those people sign up quickly. Okay. So never just leave it off as, okay, well, whenever you're ready, I'm here. No, always try to finish it off with, okay, girl, I got you down before Saturday is when this deal ends. Even if it's the keto coffee and it's $39 only until Saturday. There's nothing wrong with that, because what's going to happen is they're either going to come back to you before Saturday when they have the money, or you're going to message them Saturday and be like, hey girl, it's Saturday. Are you ready? The deal's about to end. And so they're like, oh man, I still don't have the money. All right, no worries. I'll let you know if it's extended, right? And then you have a follow-up the next week. You can say, hey girl, I have another spot for the coffee. Are you ready? That's simple, you guys. That's all I ever say. Are you ready? I have another spot in whatever date. Are you ready? I have another spot till this date. Write that down so you guys don't forget, because that is literally how I sign and close everybody. Okay? You're going to have people lag it. You're going to have people that say, I'm sorry. Oh my God, again. I'm sorry. I just spent my whole check and I just told you Saturday, but next Saturday or next Friday or whatever. That is just, I would say, the most annoying part of our business. But you guys, it's just how it works. Just know that you're going to need customers today, tomorrow, next year, next month. So don't let that annoy you. Just kind of, ride with it and be like, okay, cool. She's ready next Friday. I'm going to need a customer next Friday. I promise you, you're going to need customers the lifetime of your business. So if people want to kind of wait it out, that's fine. But our job is to follow up. And I promise you that people are going to sign up if you're using these tips, because you're going to be closing them a lot faster. And they're not going to be lagging or waiting as long, because you're giving them a date. You're telling them you only have a certain amount of spots. So people are going to be signing up faster. Okay. It's our job to follow up. So if you're not following up on that date, let's say somebody tells you the 15th and you don't follow up until like 25th, guess what? If you lose them, that was actually your fault. Because if somebody tells you the 15th, they tell you that day for a reason, right? So if somebody tells you I get paid the 15th and you follow up way late, that's almost like you're just losing your customer yourself. And this has happened to me, so I know how it feels. So I'm telling you guys, if you guys use a reminder app on your phone, that has helped me. So what I do is, as soon as somebody gives me a date, I go into my reminder app, I put their name in the product, and I put the date, so it reminds me of that date. And then every day it pops up. Sally said today. Jenny said today, hair, skin, and nails, wraps. I make sure to go wave at them, say hi, say, hey girl, I'm so excited to get you started. If they ignore me, I did my job, but at least it's going to pop up as soon as they see it. And then they're going to either message me back, yeah, I'm ready, because they just got paid, right? But if I wait till the 20th and they told me the 15th, then it's really hard to follow up, but I still do. So there is times where I miss the day. So what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll say, hey girl, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I totally spaced following up with you because whatever, I was busy with my kids. You guys, I'm just honest with people. I'm so sorry. I feel really bad. I'll say something like that, but I'm super excited to still get you started. Are you ready? I think people like the honesty, because I've had girls be like, oh girl, it's totally okay. Like right now that Destiny was sick, I had so many girls I was supposed to follow up with when I got back, and I didn't get to them because my daughter was sick. So what I did is I started voice memoing all of them, and I just said, hey girl, like, I'm so sorry I didn't follow up with you to get your order in on Monday. My daughter got sick with the flu and I'm super behind, but I'm really excited for you to try this coffee still. Can I get you signed up? And most of them were like, oh, it's okay. We hope she gets better. Yeah, I'm ready. Or I don't get paid again until this day. So at least you're in communication with your customers or your potentials, and they're going to like you a lot more for you communicating rather than just being like, oh, damn, I forgot. Now I'm just going to leave it alone. And guess what's going to happen if you leave it alone and just not even say nothing? They're going to sign up with the next person that messages them about the coffee. And you're going to be super upset when they tell you, oh, you never followed up with me. So I signed up with this other girl that posted about it. I'm telling you, you have to say something. Don't leave the conversation at nothing because you forgot, because that's a potential customer that could be your lifetime customer that you're going to miss out on. Another thing, I think a lot of us are really afraid to message, start relationships, wave at people. And if you guys understood how important it was to do those things, like when we say wave, say hi, ask for host to post, just know that anybody you have a conversation with in Messenger is seeing your posts. They're seeing your posts, they're seeing your lives, they're seeing the things that we're doing as a team. But if you're not messaging them through Messenger, they're most likely not seeing your stuff. So I encourage you guys to get more comfortable as much as you can with messaging, even if it's a little bit every day. Just message 5 new people a day, 2 new people a day. Say hi, reply to their story, start a conversation, ask to host a post. Anytime you start a new conversation in Messenger, guess what happens? Facebook says, oh, they know each other. They're friends. So let's show them each other's posts. Okay, and guess what happens when you do that? This is why I was teaching you guys the A through Z on your friends list, to do that every day for like 10 minutes. Oh, she's so cute. she distracted me because I saw her kiss you. Go through the A through Z on your friends. The reason why I tell you guys to do that is because guess what happens when you get to like these people that you've never even seen on your friends list and you're starting to interact with them. Facebook says, oh, they know each other. I'm going to share her post with them. And guess what? They're people that have probably been on your Facebook for like 2 years and you've never talked to them, right? That's too long. If you have someone on your friends list for more than a couple months and you have never waved at them, talked to them, started a conversation, then honestly, if I'm as nice as I can put it, we're not really doing our job. And so since I decided to work this business on social media, I decided, guess what? Everybody on my friends list, I need to be talking to. If I get to a friend and I've never talked to them and it's like, you've been friends since 2016, I'm like, oh my God, like, what have I been doing? So obviously you can't get through your whole friends list in a day or a week or a month. But if you guys consistently do small amounts a day, even if it's 10 minutes, I promise you, you can talk to 5 new people a day. Just start a new conversation or reply to something on their story if you don't know what to say. You guys, I tell people the craziest things. I'm like, hey girl, oh my God, that looks so good. How old is your daughter? Oh my gosh, your shirt is so cute. Oh my God, I love your makeup. I love your earrings. Simple things. And I start talking about other things. And then guess what? We're talking about health. Then we're talking about what do you do? Then you're talking about, like, you guys just start talking. And then guess what? Even if you don't bring up your business, which is okay, they're going to see your posts because you've been talking to them. So that's really the things that I do to seal the deal and close customers. Now, I don't know if you guys put anything in the chat, but I'll check. Do you have any questions? Right now would be a really good time to ask. That way we can, no, nobody put any conversations in the chat. If you guys have any questions on closing customers and you're getting left with not knowing what to do, you guys feel free to ask me right now so we can work through this and close people. We'll have a lot of them tomorrow, huh? It's like, oh, I'm tired right now. Another thing, you guys, is if you're talking to the same people for like months and weeks and years, it's probably about time to put them on a list where it's like follow up once a month, because if you've already invested like months in a year with someone and they haven't signed up, don't give up on them, but find new people, because you're more likely to get someone to sign up fresh and new, and give some of those old conversations a break. I've had to do that. I have hundreds lists that are super long, and sometimes I go back and I'm like, oh my gosh, all these girls signed up and I didn't even realize it. But that's because I gave them a break, but I was still interacting with them, and I go back to those people later. But if you're just talking to the same people, you're not going to get customers consistently. Does that all make sense? Now, when you're new, your family, your friends, your 30s list, this is normal to go back and forth because you're practicing. So I don't want you to feel like because you've been talking to your sister for 5 years that they're not worth talking to. You know, that's a little different if you're new. I want you to talk to your family and talk to your friends about the products, because they're kind of like your practice. I say your 30s list is your practice list, because guess what? Your mom or your sister is going to ask you a question that a potential is going to ask. Like, what is it? What's in it? How much is it? And guess what? You're going to know all the answers when you're talking to that stranger after you get through your 30s list. This is why I tell everybody your 30s list is so important. If you miss your 30s list, you missed your training. You didn't train yourself on conversations, so obviously you're not going to know what to say. So if you didn't do a 30s list and you didn't finish it, I would suggest go back to the 30s list and message all those people before you move on and start trying to do social media, because you really need to get through that 30s list first to build up to build up how to talk to people, to know what to say. And then after that, you'll notice that you're saying the same things, right? Keep it super simple and never say anything that's not asked. For example, I used to have a girl on my team that loved sharing her weight loss results. So as soon as somebody came to her about keto coffee, she would send her before and after. She sent her whole life story, and nobody would close with her. They'd be like, oh my gosh, they'd just ignore her after that. So if they're not asking you for your weight loss journey, don't tell them. If they're not asking you when you started this business, don't tell them. Only tell them what is asked. If somebody says, I'm interested in coffee, awesome, this is what the coffee does. It's different if you're upselling. If you're wanting to upsell, that's different. Then you can ask them, well, what are your goals? How much weight do you want to lose? Because that's how you upsell. Okay, which we should all be looking for an upsell, but if you're new, really just start with one product, and then eventually you'll learn what to say to upsell. So don't put too much pressure on your guys' selves trying to upsell right now, especially if you're new. Really just start with the one product and go from there. Does anybody have questions? I went through that really fast. Didn't think I would go through that fast. I know everyone's super tired, so if you guys want to put questions in the chat, I can always answer them later. And if you guys need help with closing people, I'm your girl. Just send me what's going on, and I'll spend some time with you finishing off the conversations. Real quick, I just remembered. Distributor messages. This is how long they take me, 2 minutes. They used to take me 3 hours. Reason why is because I learned that just because you talk to a potential distributor for 3 hours doesn't mean they're going to sign up. So I don't focus on knowing their whole life until they're a part of my team. Then I want to get to know them, right? Because they're part of my team. I want to grow with them. I want to learn with them. But you guys, before they sign up, and this is not because I don't want to get to know them. I would love to. But my goal is to talk to so many people in a day. Honestly, I wouldn't be able to survive, right? If I talk to everybody about their whole life before they join me. So all you have to do is when somebody says, hey, I saw your post, you work from home, or you message someone about the opportunity to work from home and they say yes, send them a video. That's it. Takes me 2 minutes. I'm so excited that you're interested in this opportunity. Do you have 20 minutes to watch a short video to learn more? Yes, video, follow up. If they respond and say, I like the video, but I don't have the money, then you go from there towards a different conversation. Do you have friends that would pre-buy wraps? Do you want to try Klarna? Do you want to try QuadPay? If they're able to do those things, can you save money? Can you sell something? That's kind of where you go when somebody says they don't have the money. Or can they wait for payday, or can they use a credit card? All these things, yes, they're scary to talk about, but I promise you they're going to be thankful that you're trying to help them. If you send them the video and they say nothing, they're not supposed to say anything. It's our job to follow up. So the next day, I always give it like a day or a night. I don't try to bug them right away. But I'll just say, hey, girl, did you get a chance to watch the video? I'm so excited to go ahead and get you started because I'm helping 2 more people make $500. Always give a number. Always. Don't be scared to give a number, because if you're not confident in this business, they're not going to sign up with you because you're not even confident that you're going to help them make money. So just give a date. Don't be scared to give a date, you guys, because anybody in this business can come in and make a ton of money if they're willing to work for it. So just give a small amount. If you don't want to give $500, then say, I would love to help you make $100 before the month ends. I would love to help you make some extra money for Christmas. So you don't have to give a number, but really when I tell someone a number, I've noticed that they're more likely to sign up. Then they're like, oh, dang, I forgot to watch the video. And I'm like, will you have time this week? Will you have time tomorrow? If they just ignore me after that, or they're like, oh no, I haven't had time to watch the video, I don't know when I'll have time, then I just leave it alone. Because if they're not going to even watch a video to learn about this business, guess what? You guys already know we have lots of trainings. We have lots of Zooms. They're probably not going to make time to work this business. So I won't give up on them, but I'll give them a good break. And then I'll go back like maybe 2 weeks later and I'll be like, hey girl, have you watched the video? At this point, if I'm already on my 3rd time asking them if they had a chance to watch the video and they say no, I take them off my list. I find new people. If you're begging someone to watch a video, they're not going to be good at this business. And just give it some time. Maybe they'll come back to you later and they'll be like, hey, I'm interested now. That's kind of where I go off of for potential distributors. So you guys shouldn't be talking to potential distributors for more than 2 minutes. If they haven't watched the video, there's really nothing to talk about because you guys want to be talking to new people. If they're your friends and your family, that's a little bit different. They might ask you more questions, but honestly, the video answers every question that they could have. And then sometimes I'll say, while you're watching the video, write down any questions you might have, and I can go over them with you. And that's it. And most of the time, they have simple questions like, do I have to run a monthly order? Is it going to be $99 every month? That's kind of like the things I get. What's in my kit? Those kind of things. That's really what I get. But most of the time, it's just simple questions that I can answer. And we basically go from there. But don't take too long talking to potential distributors. Those are the easiest ones. And I know this because I used to spend so much time talking to potential distributors that it was like my whole day went by and I talked to one person. Like, why? There's no reason. There's so many people online that we could be talking to or face-to-face that we don't want to spend too much time. Now, obviously, if you meet them face-to-face, you're going to be like, hey, you want to watch a video? You can, but you probably go at it a different way, and I wouldn't really know unless you guys can ask Melissa because she's more face-to-face. I've blitzed a few people before, and they're like, oh, what is it? How much is it? Then I say, hey, can I call you as soon as I get home, or can I text you? And then I text them when I get home. That's kind of how I do it, but it's very rare that I do anything like that face-to-face. Well, it doesn't seem like anybody has any questions. I'm like trying to avoid sneezing. I think I'm getting sick. Let me check the chat one more time. All right, you guys, I'm going to put this recording up in the chat. So if anybody on your team missed it, you can send it to them. Hopefully these tips help you guys with closing people. If you're still confused or lost, just send me a message and we can work alone, one-on-one together. I would love to help you guys. This is like my favorite part of this business, is talking to people and closing distributors or customers and the business. You guys already know that. I love this business. So if you guys have questions, let me know. I hope you all have a great night. Get rest, because we're about to blow up on Wednesday. Bye.